Hi there, this is Kathy Crow at the Crow Cottage, and you won't believe how much snow we have. I've never seen the snow like this here. I mean, when we've gone snowmobiling, like in Montana, I saw snow deeper than this. So it's not as deep as it could be, but it's pretty bad. For the Tri-Cities, it's terrible. And so I hope your day is going really well. Mine actually is going really well. I'm very happy the power is on. That's kind of a main thing right now. I just want to make sure our power doesn't go off. That would be bad. So pray for us that our power doesn't go off. But I think everybody's getting around pretty well. Jeff's home. No school, of course. Probably not tomorrow either. It's snowing right now. Actually, it's snowing even harder than it did to get that. Anyway. I don't need to go on about the snow. It's pretty primary for me right now, but probably not for everyone else. Spring is coming. Whether I am ready for it or not, it is. And actually, the class I have scheduled for 2 weeks from now, February 22 and 23 at 10 a.m., please register for that. It's going to be a really good one. And I wanted to use one of the stamp sets that I'm using in that one. It's the Sweetest Thing stamp sets, candy jars, and we're going to have candy, I know. I think you can never go wrong with that, right? And I also am going to try to plan to have some kind of a special little jar, an actual jar. I'm hoping I can get out. I thought I was going to be able to get out and find what I was looking for, and I can't even get out of our driveway. Jeff got stuck just trying to get down the street. It's so thick out there. So I'm going to swing the camera down. Make sure you share this video and you'll get entered to win a prize. Last week I need to find, I think it was Linda who won. And so Linda, you'll need to you will need to give me your address because I can't send you anything if I don't have your address. But I believe she's the one who won last week. So I can look and see where I put that prize because I've got her name on it. What else am I missing? I don't think I am missing anything else. So anyhow, I'm going to swing the camera down and hopefully this card goes well. I did not really prepare one ahead of time. I don't have my desk area really ready. I am sort of going on the fly today because Jeff is home. He sort of messed up my whole schedule, but I love him anyway, so he can do that. It's gonna be all good. And so anyhow, I did start out with I've already cut out this doily. There's this really wonderful doily Thinlits that is coming out. Stampin' Up! Has a second release for all of their Celebration products. They're doing a second release, I believe, in about 4 days. It's February 15 that's going to come out, and it has these wonderful, you jump up and grab it really quick. Oh, here it is. And these Doily Builder Thinlits I am so happy with. They are absolutely gorgeous. And so I already cut this one out. When you get your there's little ones, there's this frame, there's an edge, there's all kinds of cool things. But when you get it, this will cut that out, and it cuts it out really quick and easily. And then the other edge that I did, this edge piece is from the Rose Trellis Thinlits dies, and I love this set. This is available now in your regular catalog. This is that edge piece. There's also this wonderful trellis, but I just thought this would be a nice little backy. I wanted to use yellow because my heart is saying I want something bright. And I also wanted to use this gingham. This is from the Gingham Gala paper DSP. It is on back order right now, but if you put it in your cart, they will be getting more of it, I know, because that is super popular. So there's bunches of colors. This just happens to be the brightest one. And then I think I'm going to use one of, I don't know which candy jar I want to use. I really didn't do this well. I should have thought about it, but I think I'll use this one. I really like it. It's cute. So I'm going to stamp that in black. I'm going to keep my cutting board handy here, and and we'll just get started. Well, one of the other cards that I'm doing, we're gonna do, actually let me just show you really quick. There's this very sweet little teapot tea thing. We're gonna do a tea. I'm gonna make this card later. I don't think we'll have time to do it today, but time for tea. I've got a tea class coming up. That's gonna be March 1 and 2. Please register for that as well. And then the other thing we have coming up is March, I believe it's the March, oh boy, let me look here really quick on my calendar. It is March 22 and 23. We're gonna do all these cute little bunny. He comes out, he's on his own little leash, so he can't be lost, and your grandkids or your kids or your neighbor friend is gonna love that. And then these are just really nice too, all little Easter themed. Happy spring. So in March, the snow is going to be thawed, and we're going to be ready to have some fun with those. And that's from the Fable Friends and the Best Bunny set, and I know you're going to love those. So if you go to my Stampin' Up! Store, you are going to be able to purchase all that stuff, and I would be happy to be your demonstrator for that. I think I'm going to use this card backing, even though I tried to score it there because I was not paying attention to what I was doing. But we're going to just layer this right on here so this will work. But when you place a $50 or more order in my Stampin' Up! Store, you are going to be able to choose a celebration item. For every $50 you spend, you get a celebration item. There's a whole bunch of really wonderful things you can choose from. So I would just really recommend that you do all of your purchases now. When I was first starting out as a stamper, I didn't have a lot of money because I had small children at home, and so I pretty much only bought things during celebration because you get a whole lot of things for your money. And if I had known about being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator then, I would have done it in a flash. I can't believe it took me so long to get started doing Stampin' Up! Because it is a really fun way to get to know a bunch of people. You can connect with lots of different stampers from really all over the world because of our online ability. I'm just using some dimensionals to get this glued down really well here. You also are just you get exclusive information about all the products that Stampin' Up! Is coming out with that other people haven't seen yet. Kind of gives you a heads up what you want to purchase, maybe what you don't want to, and that's really useful. I think Stampin' Up's main, they probably spend a lot of money on product development because their stuff is always, I don't know, almost always, not always, but almost always the cutest that you'll see out there. And I think I'm putting this on a little crooked, and that's purposeful. I do want it to be a little crooked, but I think I need a Night of Navy backing here. So I am going to just jump up really quick and grab a sheet of my Night of Navy cardstock, and I'm just going to cut a background piece there, what I think is going to be big enough. Let's get it a little closer. There we go. And then I didn't really even have to measure that. And that worked out well for me. And then I'm going to slide that. Yeah, that is going to look much better. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my actual cutting board out so I can even up those edges. And then that's going to look a little bit better. Don't you think? I like navy and yellow. That's going to be a nice springy color for this dreary day. I cannot believe how much snow is out there. It's really stunning. My husband and I have lived here for about 30 years, about, sort of, off and on, because we kind of came and went. Oops, I cut that just a tad short, but I think that's going to be okay. I knew I was cutting it short as I did it. But I'm kind of trying to rush it a little bit here to try to get finished before Jeff wakes up from his nap and wonders what I'm doing in here. That's perfect. So I'm going to just glue that down to this card right there. And anyway, we had 2 years ago, we had the worst snow we thought we'd ever seen here in the Tri-Cities. We came to find out as the records were made public that actually there was probably an equal to, or maybe even slightly worse in some ways, snowfall in the 50s. I forget when, sometime 1950 something. And I'm thinking this one might actually be the record breaker. I'm not excited about that because it's kind of dreary not being able to go out and look at the garden. I've got some beautiful hellebores that are up and blooming. They were blooming beautifully out there. I was going out every day looking at my little flowers and enjoying those, and they're all covered with about 2 feet of snow because we shoveled. There's probably almost 2 feet of snow out there that we've gotten, but then when you shovel they're right by a path, so of course they got, I piled them high because I knew they were probably going to be ruined anyway. So by the time the snow thaws and melts down, I don't know what they'll look like. We'll find out. But I'm thinking this snowfall might beat that 1950s version that we had. So we'll find out. I don't know. I haven't checked the news. Probably is there if I looked, but I haven't. Okay, so that is looking super sweet. Love that. Very cheery. It makes me happy. I always like to put a little bit of glitter on things, but I think what I will do is I'll wait and see how this is gonna look. I've got my Wink of Stella ready. It adds a nice glimmer to things without a lot of effort. So we got the card done, and now I want to stamp this little candy jar. Now when we come for my Sweetest Thing class candy jar class, it's going to be so much fun because you are going to be able to choose in your candy jars which candies to do. There's these cute gummy bears. They're all really cute, but I love the gummy bears. So we're going to be going with gummy bears today. Although if I was going to eat them, this is probably what I would eat. If it was Jeff, he would have all black licorice. That wouldn't be very colorful on my card. In the class, I'm going to make little sucker bundles for you. It took a long time to make the cards for this class because of the little sucker bundles. You need to punch those out individually. I mean, you stamp them and then punch each one out with a big shot, and then you have to color it, and then I had to put a little glue on and a little glitter, but they turned out so cute. They're all glittery and sweet, and you can see them all over my page and on my website. Hey, go to my website. I've got a new one that's up, and it actually didn't take quite as long as I was afraid it was going to take to set that up. I was not looking forward to setting up a web page. Boy, that takes a long time to do. And it's obviously, it's not perfect. There's a lot of stuff wrong with it, but it's good enough. And I think you might enjoy going to it and seeing what I've got. Okay, so I just stamped that with Memento Black. This is actually on our shimmery white paper. There is a slight sheen to it. I don't know if you can see that. But now that I've got my candy dish done, I'm going to actually just leave it clear. I might put a little color on it, but I don't know if I want to, because most candy dishes that I would have would be the lesser expensive one. That would be just a glass candy dish, nothing too fancy. But even if you had a crystal one, it would be clear. So I'm not going for the Fenton glass look or anything here. So gummy bears, I think we want yellow, we want navy, and so I'm thinking we'll just stick with the gummy bear theme. And you can see how easy it is to stamp your candy. When you do my class, you're gonna be able to do a couple of practice stamps to make sure that you got what you want. But actually, these little guys are just gonna fit right in there without any trouble at all. Isn't that cute? I actually think I want them to be up above that, so I'm gonna do it again. That's not, I got them a little bit low. That's why it's good to always do a practice stamp. And if I had my normal paper down here, I would have done it on my paper really quick to make sure I had my placement correct. But like I said, I'm kind of going on the fly. I'm gonna do that again. I don't like that. If I had my Stamparatus out, I could use that and keep going, but I'm gonna just press a little harder, and it worked. Voila. Okay, there we go. We have a new little neighborhood, sort of, it's almost like our own little private Facebook page. It's kind of fun. It's called Next Door. And oh my goodness, it is amazing how many wonderful people we actually have in our neighborhood that I didn't know about. I think I like that better because he's not down here so much. That one with his little ear, I don't want it to be too low. And people are out shoveling other people's yards or driveways and sidewalks for them. And there's a whole bunch of people out there offering their services. Of course, some of them are doing it for pay, but I mean, very reasonable. So people are getting all kinds of things done through that. And I think if I really had to go to the grocery store right now, I might have to call somebody like that. Now I'm gonna cut this out with my Big Shot, but first of all, I'm just gonna cut this out just to get it out of the way, and then I can color it. And I think, let me see what colors we want to use. I'm not all that fond of some of my, I think I'm gonna get my marker out from my yellow. And I actually believe I have, do we have a Night of Navy? Yes, this is my Night of Navy blending pen, and I do want that. And then I also want my Pool Party blending pen, if I can find it. There it is. I want the light one just to give some of the highlights to this glass dish, just to kind of show that there's well, just to give it some depth. All right. Sort of just shows that, yes, this is a glass dish, but it does have, it has some dimension to it. So just wherever your highlight already is, your little extra lines, you can go over a little, with just a little bit, and it gives you a little bit of depth. And I'm going to put a little bit in the bottom of my jar just to show that there is a bottom in there. And then with the light Night of Navy, and I'm using the little side, not the brush side. Oops. I want to do, ooh, that's pretty dark. I think I might have another one that might work better. Let me see if I do. I don't know. I have a whole bunch of Tombos, and I am thinking that I might have a sort of a match to my Night of Navy that's a little bit lighter in color. Let me see if I do. This one looks close. This is 528. It's a little bright. Maybe I don't. This one looks pretty bright. Oh, it's almost aqua. Let's see, maybe I just want to get out a Night of Navy marker. Sometimes these are lighter You just have to sort of experiment. That one's blueberry bushel, so that one won't do. I think I have a Night of Navy in here. There it is. Okay, so we'll try the little pointy end. We'll see if that's any better. Oh, it's still pretty dark. Maybe I don't want to do a whole bunch of bears in Night of Navy because that's going to be way too dark. We'll put one in since I've already done one. And then the other thing you can do if you are not happy with how that is turning out, you do have, you can buy these color lifter blending pens, and they actually do lift color, but I do need to be able to clean it as I go, so I want to have a piece of paper, or I can just use the side here, but it will kind of lift some of my color off. See, it is doing it. It's just lifting it a little bit. It did lift it off of his face, but I actually do want a little more on his body. So we'll color that back in again. And then be done with that. And I think the rest of those are going to be yellow. Because I don't want too many of those dark things there. So we'll get our, oh, that's Daffodil Delight. I don't think I want that. Here's Pineapple Punch. I believe this is the one I want. It's very bright. We'll use the brush end on it. But I do want to be a little careful. If you use your Memento Black, it is not going to run. I don't know about Stays On. I might not run, but I would definitely be careful anyway. And if it feels like you're getting any black, just clean your brush tip like that to get it off. And so we have a lot of lemon yellow yummy bears there. Okay, so I'm gonna remove my pins. I need to remove my ink pad and my card and all that so that I can get out this big shot, and we'll cut that out really quickly. It won't take very long. And let me move that out of the way. I'll bring this in and then put my, I see a squirrel running across our power lines right now, and they are hilarious. It was like 2 days ago. Oops, I do need the Thinlit. Where is it? There it is. 2 days ago, there's a little squirrel who visits there's 2 squirrels that visit our yard every day. And of course, I'm not a squirrel expert, but I think they are the same squirrels. And one is smaller and a little more timid, and the other one likes to pick on him. And I was exercising, so I was just looking out the window and saw the little timid one in the crabapple tree looking down at the ground, and I kind of looked to see what he was looking at, and he was looking at his friend who was just down under our feeder. See, didn't that cut that out nice? So easy. And he was looking at his friend that was eating seed from underneath the bird feeder, because he hadn't figured out how to get on the bird feeder yet, which was nice for the birds, because once they've figured out how to climb up that pole and get to all of the bird seed, then the bird seed is gone in one day. So it was nice that he was just having to nibble what the birds had knocked out. But the little timid one was watching, and he saw his friend down there, and I wondered what he was going to do. And he went up on a higher branch, and he saw me in the window. So then he was looking at me to see, am I going to hurt him? And just watching me. Of course, I'm just on my elliptical, I'm not even outside, so he doesn't have to worry about it at all. But he was so interested in what I was doing, he didn't watch to see that his friend had jumped up and ran up the tree, like right behind him. And I mean, I wasn't outside, but I'm sure he was not quiet. So he was making noise of some kind. And that squirrel didn't see him coming, and he jumped a mile. I mean, he jumped up out of the tree, and he fell like pretty close to the house, so I couldn't see if he was all right. But then he just scampered right up the tree again and was like chattering at his little friend who had scared him. It was pretty funny. I've never seen a squirrel get scared. If his friend, it looked like he sneaked up on him and went boo, and he just jumped, his little legs all flew out, and he fell on the ground. It was hilarious. So it is, every time I see a squirrel out there, I'm looking to see what they're doing, because they're funny. Now, my Night of Navy spread, and I'm not really happy about that. I actually think I might want to do something else. I'm not liking my Night of Navy guy in there. I'm not sure how to solve that problem other than to make a whole new jar. So I'm going to just leave it for now, but that's going to bug me, and I'm probably going to want to do something with it. So I'm not even going to stick it down, because I'm going to probably change that. But I do want to figure out what sentiment I want to put. Now, I really like the Make It a Sweet Celebration. That would be really good right there. But I think I'm going to put the Happy Birthday one on. So go ahead and grab that out, and we'll stamp that in Night of Navy. And we'll be all set. I just have to find my ink pad. There it is. My Night of Navy is the old style, which I actually like the new ones. I think I prefer the new ones. I don't know about you, but I think I like the new ones better. My old one sometimes doesn't. See how, if that one, it's pretty dark, but sometimes the old one, they're a little bit lighter, so I have to press harder to get the amount of color that I want, or just re-ink. And then when I keep re-inking, I get ink all over the block. And so I like the new ones. You can just lightly put your stamp down there, and you're good to go. Okay, I do have a ton of little labels that I could probably grab out and use on that, but I think we'll just do a little flag and cut it out like this. Okay, we'll cut it a little shorter, like that. And if you just snip up the sides and snip, 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 and now you have a little flag. And we'll just stick the little flag on there. Oh, I'm not sure if I like a flag, actually. Maybe I want the flag to go down. Maybe I don't even want a flag. Yeah, maybe a flag can go down there. I'm not sure that I like my flag very well, but I could grab, I guess, a whole different... Let's try one of my many labels. These are from the Stitched Labels, and that one's actually got, let's maybe try that. I like the Stitched Labels. They have a nice edge, and I think I prefer that over that flag. So let's just re-stamp that again on that one. And oops. Make sure that's sticking on there. I've lost about 70 pounds, and it's partly from sitting at night cutting out these little labels and things. So I would recommend, if you want to lose some weight, join my Stampin' Up! Team, okay? Right now is a great time to do it. You become one of the Crow's Nest crafters. I would love to have you join my team. We have a lot of fun together. You get to hear all the new details of things coming up. You get to come and do some stamping with us as a group. It's fun. Okay, so those are gonna go on just like that. And let me see, where did I put those dimensionals? There they are. We'll put one on the back of here. I'm gonna put just one for now because that's gonna stay, but my candy jar, I'm thinking, is probably gonna be altered. Although, who knows, I might not get to it. But I really do like this set. It's a very cute set. And you really don't need any ribbon. You don't need any sparkles because I don't want to detract from the detail of that stuff. Okay, I think we're done. I'm going to swing the camera up. And thank you for joining me to do my card. And you have a great day. If you're here in the Tri-Cities, stay warm and dry. Don't drive anywhere if you can help it. It's not that great outside. And I will see you next week. Bye.